Hey light seekers, welcome back to Jacksville's Tarot. I'm Rashonda and I have a message for you today. I encourage you to find a quiet space where you won't be disturbed for give or take 15 to 20 minutes. Grab a crystal or a stone that truly resonates with you, and as the singing bowl sings, close your eyes and bring your focus to what you can do today to help you continue your life's journey. Once the singing bowl has finished its song, you can remain in the meditative state until the message is ready to be spoken, or feel free to watch the cards fall as they will. Okay, let me introduce you to the decks that we'll be using today. We have 2 Oracle decks, 1 Tarot deck, and 1 Confucius Goddess deck. I will be pulling 1 card from each Oracle deck. I will be pulling 4 cards from the Tarot deck and 1 card from the Confucius Goddess deck. Let's shuffle with intention. What can we do today to help us continue our life's journey? What can we do today to help us continue our life's journey? What can we do today to help us continue our life's journey? What can we do today to help us continue our life's journey? What can we do today to help us continue our life's journey? What can we do today to help us continue our life's journey? What can we do today to help us continue our life's journey? What can we do today to help us continue our life's journey? Okay, we are all set. We have Amaterasu, no more hiding. We have blessings, transformation, which is the Tower card in a traditional tarot, the Lovers, the 7 of Wands, and the 3 of Swords. Give me a minute, please, as I read the cards. Let's read up on Amaterasu. I'm not familiar with her. Amaterasu, no more hiding. Come out of the cave, shine brilliantly. Amaterasu is a supreme Japanese Shinto sun goddess and daughter of the creator god. Again, y'all, I am not good with pronunciations, especially when it comes to names. Azanagagi. Her name means great shining heaven. Japanese emperors are said to be descended from Amaterasu, and she is the highest deity in Japan. Shinto legend relates how Amaterasu retreated into a cave when her brother, Susanoo, began neglecting his divine role and creating mayhem. So important was Amaterasu's light that her disappearance plunged heaven and earth into disastrous darkness. Desperate for her to emerge, the deities created rituals to entice her out, including a mirror placed at the mouth of the cave. Amaterasu saw her shining light in the reflection and never hid herself away again. You're an introspective soul with a deep and multi-layered inner life. You need time to process and reflect on life's events. Private space is vital for your well-being. All right. So now that we know more about Amaterasu, there's going to be a transformation. The Tower card in the traditional tarot, it looks completely different than this. It's a tower. It's an actual tower, but it's a strong bolt of lightning that hits the tower, and the tower is cracked in half, and there are people, mainly a king and queen. Some decks have a king and queen. Some decks just have a queen that's falling, or some decks just have a king that's falling from the tower and the crown falling off their head, which means to me is symbolic of what your beliefs were about yourself and about the world are now crashing down, and a new perspective is now ushering in. So it's a destruction of old beliefs, and a sign that new beliefs and a new way of looking at life is going to usher its way in. That's the traditional meaning and a traditional card in the Rider-Waite tarot deck. Now, with this transformation here, as you can see, is quite different. This person is being led out of the tower by an angel, by divinity. Divinity is leading this person out of the tower and this person is willingly following divinity out of the tower, is willingly going on that journey for spiritual enlightenment, because there's a realization has hit that maybe things aren't what they seem to be. Maybe there is something different lying on the other side. And in order for you to see what's on the other side, that's where perspective comes in. And here with Amaterasu, no more hiding, as you can see, I don't know if you can see this on the card, but the top of the tower looks like a Japanese temple almost. Can you see that? It looks like a Japanese temple. And with Amaterasu, no more hiding. This is why you're being led out. This is why you're being led out of your current belief system, your current, the way you currently look at life, because there's no more hiding, because there is something lying on the other side. What you see in front of you is not all there is. So if you feel in your heart and in your soul that there is, and in your intuitive nature, your intuition is letting you know that there is something more to this world, then 9 times out of 10 there is. And I would encourage you to follow that, because as you can see, it is going to change your life. It is going to usher in blessings. It is going to usher in blessings for you. Because as you can see, look at the angel here. This angel that's leading him out of the tower willingly, and he's willingly going with the angel out of the tower to embark on a journey for a new perspective. Blessings are going to follow. Hence why when Amaterasu was in the cave and, excuse me, when Amaterasu was in a cave and the other deities wanted to entice her out of the cave, they were giving her blessings, things of what she wanted, what she not needed, but necessarily wanted, because of her intuitive nature and her being connected to the deities intuitively. They knew what she wanted, and they gave her blessings. They put blessings on the outside of the cave to entice her out. And as you can see, she was enticed out. And when they put the mirror up, and she actually was able to see her light, hence why this angel is walking with, can you see that? The angel is walking with a torch that's lit, because you see your light. You can see your light. And that's why you're being led out of the cave, or out of the tower in this case, or out of your current way of thinking as so Amaterasu, because there's no more hiding. There is something on the other side. And as you can see here with the time glass, the hourglass with the butterfly, it's time for change. It's time for change. It's time for a transformation to occur. And this is why you're being led out of the tower. This is why this is why you're starting to feel like things that things in front of you are not all that it seems. That there is something else on the other side. That there is another perspective to things. And because it's time for a transformation. So this is why you're being led out of the tower per se. And coming out of the tower is going to land you right into the Lover's energy. And as you can see here with the Lover's card, it can be a Lover's can be a love of self, it can be love of another, or it can be the love of life. It doesn't necessarily have to be a romantic love, but in this case, judging by or just looking at the card, it looks as if it's on the relationship standpoint. But looking at all the other cards around it, I see it's a mode of self-love, especially with Amaterasu and the transformation card, the tower card popping up here. It's a love of, I see a love of self, because you love yourself enough. You love yourself enough for you to come out of hiding and embark on a journey for a new perspective. It's a mode of self-love, of emotions, of choices. You're making the choice. As you can see, he's willingly following a path of spiritual enlightenment. He's willingly following that path. You've made a choice to do that. And you've made that choice because of self-love. And once you've once you embark on that journey of self-love, the Seven of Wands represent, the wands in the tarot represent action and passion, and actually moving forward with the plan and doing things. But with the Seven of Fire, he's standing on a rock with his wand, or his mode of spiritual enlightenment that he's received thus far, meaning your perspective that you have on life so far that hasn't necessarily, that you're not necessarily you're very grounded in what you know so far about your new perspective on life, that you're holding it close to your chest and you're standing your ground, which is okay. And these wands look like they're coming in opposition to what he's doing. Now, that could very well be the case, because once you start to embark on a new path, especially a path of spiritual enlightenment, and you start to see things differently than the majority of the world see things, you start to see things from a different perspective, you most likely will encounter opposition. You will encounter resistance. But encountering resistance doesn't necessarily mean that you have to come out swinging and fighting for you to maintain your perspectives. It just means that you stand firm and you hold them close, because as you can see, that's what he's doing to his wand. He's holding it close to his chest. He's not forcing it on them, saying, stand back, don't come near me. He's holding his truth and his new perspective close to his chest. So that's what it looks like here, that you will encounter a little bit of resistance. It's just a warning. It doesn't necessarily mean that, to go out there and look for people that's going to automatically resist your way of thinking now, what your new perspective is. But it's just a warning that these people do exist, that people that are going to resist your new mode of thinking and living they're going to resist it because they're going to say, okay, well, why are you doing that? Because they don't understand. They don't understand it because they haven't walked your path. And that's all right. Everyone has their own path to walk, and everyone has their own method of enlightenment and their own time for enlightenment. And right now is your time, because it seems as if you're seeing things and you're toggling back and forth in your head. You're making choices. Make the choice to love yourself. And if loving yourself means moving to a new perspective, then do that. And then we emerge right into the three of swords energy. And the swords, again, represents your truth, represents what you hold dear to you, your truth from your experiences of your life. And whatever your truth is that you've received from there. As you can see, we have an angel that's dressed in blue here, and we have an angel that's dressed in green over here that's consoling her. And they're consoling her because of because of maybe someone that's close to you is going to come in with that mode of resistance of, oh, why are you doing this now? What happened? Why are you changing now? I don't understand. Why all of a sudden the change? That's going to bring you sorrow, because it's going to bring someone, it's someone that's very close to you. But if you can see here, the angel that's dressed in blue represents the throat chakra, represents truth, speaking your truth. Green represents the heart chakra, feeling your truth. So your truth is your truth alone, which is what you're holding here to your chest, and you're guarding, and you're standing firm, and you're holding your ground with your truth. So whoever is going to come in that's going to oppose your perspective, in opposition of your perspective on on your outlook on life, it's okay, because you can stand your ground and you can hold your truth. And it's all right to love someone from a distance if that's what it takes. Don't, if that person is going to walk out of your life, or if you're going to put up boundaries so that person can only come into a certain part of your life, whatever the case may be, do it from a place of love. Because your truths are your truths. And this is, and the sword suit in the tarot represents truth. It represents the realm of thought and mental energy, which is your truth. Speak your truth, feel your truth, guard it, hold it close to your heart. And those that come in opposition, that's going to bring you, or that attempts to bring, not even bring you, that attempt to bring you that sorrow, stand your ground. Let's see what the goddess card says. We have the goddess Kuan Yin. When you feel unworthy, the mercy and infinite love of the Buddhist deity Kuan Yin blesses you with a restored sense of self-worth. Hold on to your truth. It's all right to transform. It's all right to see things from a different perspective. Just because 99.9% of the world don't see it from a different perspective, you are that 1% that does. Or wait, 0.1% that does. And that's all right. You step out on that faith because you know who you are, and you're confident in who you are, and you're holding your truths firm to your chest. You are loved, divine, and unique. Kuan Yin cherishes you just as you are. That's all I have for you today. When you go out into the world, take with you your truth, your intuition, and your magic. Trust the decisions you make are always in your best interest. Love and light.